bear with me here. Our camera turned off. You guys probably know if you're tuned in, the whole point of the live video this month is to announce our winner. So we've got several people behind camera here. James is monitoring Facebook and YouTube, and Devin, if I can convince him right now, I didn't tell him about this, is going to watch Instagram. So he's going to read off any comments that come through. And so feel free to say hi, interact. This is a public thing, so if you guys have anything you want to ask or anything you want to say, just let me know. Point is, of course, we're going to announce our winner for January's drawing. You guys probably already are aware, in any month until we stop doing this, you guys can buy any swag you want. We've got some new swag. We've got t-shirts like the one I'm wearing, jackets like this beautiful embroidered waterproof tech jacket, and hats. We just came out with new hats. These aren't even on the webpage yet, but I'm going to show them off to you guys. And any of that stuff, as well as postcards and some month's reviews, including January's and February's, will get you entered to win product. This month, or well, January, last month, what we're giving away is about $2,700. I've got it written down here. But it's an XHD tradesman set with roll pressure dies and billet spacers upgraded and an air over hydraulic cylinder. So that awesome package is the one that we've used to brag before about bending 2-inch solid steel bar. This is a 36 and it is solid. It was bent at room temperature, and there's a video of it. If you're watching on YouTube, our favorite medium, just click subscribe, enable notifications, and then go watch the video. It's here on YouTube right now. It's been there for a while. So the other stuff I want to talk to you guys about is bend quality. We've got a whole bunch of bends you can get that are flat and a whole bunch of bends you can get that are not. So depending on what you use, you can get your bend quality to be as low as 2.3% deformed or even 1% depending what you're doing. This is a mandrel bend. The last one I showed was not. It was something our bender's not even rated to do, so it was like 11.8% deformed. I'm going to show you guys a couple more, and then we're going to announce the winner. James and Devin, do we have any comments from anybody yet? All right, cool.
Not yet.
So, another piece that I really like showing people is this piece of aluminum square tubing. This is inch by 8th wall 6061 T6. So it's the good alloy for machining, welding, strength to weight ratio. And it actually bends extremely nice on our 4.5 inch radius. We also have a 6-inch radius die for 1 inch that'll do a nice job on this. If you're bending aluminum, you have to have pressure roller dies or UHMW pressure die as a reminder. That same piece I showed you guys that I said was really ugly. This is 1.5 inch 065 4130 in chrome poly. 11.8% deformed, 3% deformed. No mandrel, mandrel. We also have some dies coming out soon that'll probably be between these two. It's kind of an R&D effort right now that I wanted to share with all you guys on the live video because we really appreciate you guys participating in the feed. But these percentages are all calculable easily, knowing arithmetic or not. If you go to roguefab.com/bend quality, all is one word, no punctuation, or just go to the tech heading at roguefab.com and click on bend quality calculator. We've got a super easy calculator. You just plug in your numbers. It even explains how to measure it. It's got beautiful pictures that show measuring, what the calipers would look like on there, how to do it wrong, how to deburr the tubing. It's really nice. So it teaches you both how to measure and it runs the calculations for you. And some other stuff we have that's new. We've got breakaway die pins. This is Delrin and billet machined, of course, aircraft grade aluminum, a little set screw. And if you're changing dies in your machine and doing it the easy way, you line it up with the die change pin, stuff it through there, and then you can pivot the bend wheel up, pull this pin out, and it makes die changes a snap. Now, speaking of snaps, if you try to do that with one of these steel pins in the machine and you screw up and forget and come back later, you will not bend this pin, you will bend these bend wheels. So what we came out with is the breakaway pin. It's super simple. It's a Delrin engineered plastic, about 10,000 psi yield strength. It'll break into little pieces that look like this. And the nice thing about that is this is cheaper than a set of bend wheels. They're on our webpage right now. They're in stock. They're bagged up and ready to ship. So that's a cool thing you guys can do. Who wants to know who the winner is? I can't hear you guys because you're not here, but I'm sure you're commenting. So we're going to tell you guys who the winner is this month. Has anybody noticed that I've changed hats 7 times in this video already? Okay. So I picked 3 winners this time. We had a pretty good number of entrants. The more people enter, the more winners we pick. So the funny thing this time is the grand winner was from Estacada, which is like, I don't know, 30 minutes that way. And he had to ship him a shirt. He didn't want to come meet us because he must not like us. His name's Chris Gottschall, or Gottschall. And he is the grand prize winner. Congratulations, Chris. You've won the XHD Tradesman set with the billet spacer upgrade, roller pressure die upgrade, and an air over hydraulic cylinder. That's a weld-together kit. It's about $2,770, I believe. And all he purchased was a Rogue Fab side print t-shirt, exactly like the one I'm wearing right now. That's all he spent, 24 bucks. He's bigger than me. He's a large. I'm a medium. Not that that matters. It will be on the test next week. Next winner. Shockingly, he bought almost the exact same thing. Another shirt, $24. He just bought a short sleeve shirt, and that was Cody Bennett in Texas. There might be more than one Cody Bennett, but it's the one in Texas that won. And we're going to give Cody a $100 gift card. So congratulations, Cody. You can spend that $100 however you'd like. We will reach out to you and help you spend it. Last one, first review winner we've ever had. This is from, I'm going to switch this into autofocus and hope that it focuses on this thing. Maybe you guys can read that, maybe not. Maybe. I'm going to help it by focusing on me. Well, you know what? There we are. There it is. Okay. You can pause that and read it if you want to. I will read it to you in case you can't read or don't want to. It's by David H. I purchased the Bennett Notcher as a roll cage to do a roll cage build on a Karmann Ghia that is being transformed into a land speed race car. It is invaluable to be able to make bends, check fit, bend some more, recheck, fit as many times as needed. He's talking about our clamp blocks, how they're isolated. You can take these clamp blocks and leave them on your material and then test fit and put it back in the machine by putting the pin right through it. He loves that feature. So does Justin Merrill at the Fabricator series. He's got a nice video that explains it. Great products. I hope to up garage to the mandrel system. I think he meant to say upgrade. That's fine. You don't need spell check either. Okay, that is most of the stuff I wanted to address for you guys, the new products I wanted to show you. We do have more swag besides just this and all the hats I showed you guys. Some of these hats, I left autofocus on the camera. Hopefully it shows them nicely to you. Some of these hats are the really cool charcoal ones. So this is a charcoal with black. There we are. There's a good view of it. And then this one is a really sweet Blades camo. Every single one of the hats I wore in this video is a Richardson hat. These are really nice ones. They're the ones like most baseball teams are using, and they're a really good hat. They're not like a crazy expensive product, but they're super nice. We're going to be selling them, I believe, for $29, and in terms of quality and swag entry, it's pretty awesome value. The tech jacket here that I'm wearing is similar in quality to Columbia or Carhartt. It is a waterproof material. It's got waterproof zippers. It's got pockets all over the place. It's even got wind flap in here, so if you open your pocket, the wind won't come in and make you cold if you're in a cold place. And it's got a hood with multiple closure options on it, so it's got the nice, these things, whatever they're called. It's a scuba hood, so it's got 3 panels, and they're going to be 92 to $100 depending on the size you get. So they're a pretty sweet jacket, and again, they enter you into win the huge prizes. Speaking of prizes, what's up for February? We are doing a painted HD mandrel bender. I'm talking one of these bad boys. This is an HD capacity bender. It's got the mandrel attachment on it. The one we're doing is through lubrication upgraded. If you're on Instagram, you might not be able to see this far over in the video where my left hand, right for you guys, is touching. But that's the pump that pumps the lubrication through the inside of the mandrels. So out from these little holes, the lubrication actually shoots inside the bend as you're making it, helps improve performance and extend mandrel life, which is great because those mandrels are over $100 a piece and they do wear. So we're giving away that. It's a welded painted HD machine mandrel bender with an 1 5/8 4.5 die and the mandrel that goes with it. So 1 5/8, this is the setup that's going to do the perfect bends with like 2% deformation on the 1 5/8 083 4130 normalized chromoly. The bread and butter of every single Go Fast roll cage is for straight line racing or anything based off of it. NHRA, SFI, all that stuff. If you want to change that to a different size, you likely can. If there's a cost difference, you just pay the cost difference. You can also take that as a credit if you already have all this stuff and buy other things with it. The credit and all the other details and entrance methods are all at rofab.com/ drawings. There must be comments. People are waving, I'm sure. Hello, everybody.
The Facebook says to bend it and send it.
Facebook says bend it and send it.
Yeah.
Rad.
We have a question from a guy in Hawaii who asks if there's a shorter version on the mandrel attachment.
A shorter version. No, there is not a shorter version on mandrel attachment. And I will tell you why. When you're doing, I don't think I can get this in front of the camera very easily. Don't mind me, I'm going to go off camera for a second. To answer a question. Still won't fit in the frame. When you're doing mandrel bending, you're going to load the material in from the front of the machine, and the mandrel rod, which actually is not present in this attachment right now, has to go in through the back of the tubing that supports the bend. And so when you slide that tubing in, that tubing has to go over the mandrel attachment all the way down. Right now, the limitation on this machine, if you're putting a bend in the very center, is that the tube can only be twice as long as the mandrel attachment is. So this is about 72 inches, 74 inches. So you can put a bend in the middle of about a 140-foot piece. That's about 12 feet. And the reason why we chose that length has to do with motorsports applications. And if you want to put bends in a B-pillar, and you're going to put a bend basically everywhere except for the very center of the roll cage, this is the perfect length to have a foot of extra room to do all of that comfortably. If this was shorter, it would not be very useful for motorsports applications, which is the most common use for mandrel bending. So whoever asked that question, feel free to email us or call us and describe to us your application. If you have a really good, compelling reason that we think has more applicability than just your shop in the marketplace, we would be happy to develop it or consider developing it, because it wouldn't take that much effort. But in terms of pleasing the masses and having the most marketable product, that is why the length of this is roughly 75 inches from the beginning of the bend.
Mike Hawkins wants to know if we can bend 3/8 inch by 1 inch flat steel, so a flat bar, into a 180-degree bend with a 3/4 inch inside diameter.
Okay, Mr. Hopkins wants us to know if we can bend some rectangular steel with a really, really tight radius. No. This is a rotary draw bender. It's really meant to bend hollow structures and larger radii. It can bend solid like I showed you earlier, but in terms of flat bar, there's already a lot of ways to bend that stuff, usually with heat, but there's a lot of iron workers and other tooling that's already made for that. I know that tooling's very expensive compared to this, but it has a pretty limited market because of how there's already tools that do that have a place in metal shops. Anyone off Instagram? Devin?
We have one guy, there's someone named Devin right now said wants to know who won the bender, was what their question of theirs, and
Okay.
If it wasn't them, if I didn't order it, I'm ordering mine tonight, LOL, and I call you around 4, I have some questions before I order.
Okay, Devin, we're going to be here until 4 Pacific, which is only 10, 12 minutes away. So call us now. Mike will answer the phone. He'll talk to you. I don't think you won unless you also go by the name Chris and are from Estacada. So probably not you.
Thanks to all our Instagram watchers. A lot of people on there.
All right, we're going to make this video live, published permanently, so you guys can watch it and review it and do whatever else you want to do. We also have a much more in-depth video on bend quality coming, where I'm going to show you guys a lot more of the tubes up close, discuss their percentages, how they were achieved, what alloys they're on. That should be helpful, especially when comparing or considering purchasing a mandrel attachment. Us being able to tell you that 3% is beautiful and 8% is not nearly as good until you can actually see it in front of the camera, rotated in real life, and really know what that looks like. So, sure, throw it. I tried to tempt Mike into throwing this to me. We have a new Mandrel lubrication coming out. Instead of being Bendall 002, it's 004. I know it's not very exciting numerically, but this stuff, we did a whole bunch of testing on it in terms of Mandrel bending and also shelf life, corrosion on metal, including steel and yellow metals like high nickel bronze, like what our alloys are made from. And this stuff is quite a bit better than Bendall 002. It's more expensive, but it's got a much longer shelf life, and when left open to the air, it does not lose any of its volume, and it actually stays really true and doesn't split up into multiple parts and separate like Bendall 002 does. It also does not rust steel almost at all. It was nearly immeasurable after a several-month test when not exposed to much oxygen, like the spring that's in our Mandrel lubrication pump. It is on finished steel, and it is not exposed to much oxygen, and it's something that we like to keep looking nice so you don't get all that cruddy, rusty stuff in your Bendall. So, yeah, if you guys are still watching, thank you so much. It's been an endurance for you guys. It's like a 15, 18-minute video. So thank you all for watching. And we're going to do more with YouTube coming up. And we've got a lot more exciting things coming down the development range. So stay tuned, stay healthy, and have fun in the shop. Stay